ever since he can remember, Pascual Hernandez has been fishing these waters. For years, he could support his family using only a hook, a line, and some bait. But that was back when fish were plentiful, before changes to Lake Atitlan's ecology saw his catch getting smaller and smaller.
This is the size of the fish we often catch these days, but it's really hard to sell one this small. Normally people buy fish that weigh at least half a pound. They don't want one that doesn't have any meat on it.
Fishermen like Pascual are on the front line of a crisis threatening one of the world's most beautiful lakes. For decades, raw sewage and agriculture runoff have emptied into Guatemala's Lake Atitlan. Finally, in 2009, the lake struck back. A type of algae called cyanobacteria transformed the once crystalline waters into a foul-smelling soup. Tourism plummeted, and the government swept in, promising tens of millions of dollars to stop the pollution. But 4 years later, scientists say the contamination has only gotten worse. Levels of cyanobacteria are increasing, and biologists fear they could mutate and become toxic. Bad news for the hundreds of thousands of people who live around the lake.
We have more nutrients here because there is no sewage treatment from Santiago. All the nutrients come out directly into the lake. Santiago is also a town that gets 100% of its water, drinking water, is pumped out of the lake. They do chlorinate it, but there's always a potential for problems.
Stopping the flow of raw sewage is the only way to save Lake Atitlan. And with more than $100 million earmarked for water and sanitation projects here, money is not the issue.
The science has told us what the problems are. The technology to solve the problems is here. So what's missing? The awareness of the population and the political decision to put the resources that are already here to work in order to make the transformation.
Authorities plan to have 7 fully functioning waste treatment plants in place by 2016. A step in the right direction, and one Pascual Hernandez hopes will help save his lake. David Mercer, Al Jazeera, Lake Atitlan, Guatemala.